Across the pond in Britain, Rishi Sunak has become the first Hindu, the first person of color, and the youngest person to ever serve as Prime Minister of England. And by the way, he is supposed to be conservative. He's part of the Conservative Party, to which I respond, hardly. Here's the thing. The fact that he's the first Hindu, the first person of color, and the youngest person to serve as Prime Minister of England, that's exactly what the mainstream media and the left want you to know about this person. That's how even British citizens who make their living in the United States, like Piers Morgan, that's how they are celebrating Rishi Sunak. And I don't get this, except, of course, that I understand the left's strategy. I don't get this because it has zero bearing on what impact Rishi Sunak will have on Britain, Britain's economy, Britain's liberty, Britain's standing in the world. But of course, I understand the left, what they do. They play identity politics. This is identity politics. I find it offensive that the way that someone is primarily identified would be by the color of their skin. But hey, maybe I'm old-fashioned. Maybe I'm just not a bigot like the left is, but I don't care what color Rishi Sunak's skin is. I actually don't fully care what religion he is, although I certainly prefer a Judeo-Christian foundation for right and wrong. So I guess it plays into what his judgment might be or how he might act a little bit, but that's not really the point of why the left is celebrating the fact that he's the first Hindu. They're just celebrating it because of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. This guy's really a freak. He's really a freak. I did a deep dive into researching him, and I have no idea why he's part of the Conservative Party, but he will be incredibly destructive to Britain. And we're going to talk about why, when Britain engages in destructive behavior, why that's destructive to us here in the United States. But Rishi Sunak is this very odd, as a person, he's this very odd combination of like Mark Zuckerberg, robotic, with John Fetterman, are all of the wheels turning properly in your mind. And remember that clip that we listened to yesterday of John Fetterman at the debate where he had that 2-minute pause after he was asked a question, and we were all just like, is he going to talk? Is he going to walk away? Is he going to fall over? Are we all itching with awkwardness here at this extremely long extended silence? And finally he spoke, and we were just like, oh, okay, are we just going to pretend that long silence didn't happen? Rishi Sunak had the exact same thing happen.
I will work day in, day out to deliver for the British people.
Like, what? What? That's not normal behavior, right? Normal people don't do that. And it's not just that it makes me uncomfortable to watch that. It shows me what kind of politician he is. Either he's just a robot like Mark Zuckerberg and his computer programming up in his mind just smoked down, or he can't talk extemporaneously. He's completely reliant on what someone's putting in the prompter for him, which means that he has no grasp of the issues. He has no principles. He can't think critically on his feet. He's just repeating talking points coming from who? Where are these talking points coming from? Whose words is he actually reading? This is really problematic. It's kind of like when Obama, during Obama's presidency, he brought a teleprompter with him everywhere. The guy could not speak extemporaneously. And that's really weird for a politician. I understand notes. I understand wanting to write speeches word for word, but you should be able to sit down in an interview and just talk about the issues that you care about. If you're educated about policy, you should be able to discuss that without it being pre-written for you. And if you don't have enough social awareness to roll with it, if you are reading for a teleprompter and the teleprompter glitches, I don't know. That's really, really weird to me. I could only think that if Mark Zuckerberg had a child with John Fetterman, Rishi Sunak is exactly what it would look like.